A consent letter for data sharing is an important document because organizations often cannot legally or ethically share your personal information without your authorization. Whether the information is being shared for employment verification, academic admissions, medical coordination, financial services, government applications, or other official purposes, a properly written consent letter helps ensure that your information is disclosed only to authorized parties and only for legitimate purposes. An incomplete or unclear consent letter can delay applications, prevent verification processes, or create misunderstandings about what information may be shared. So, here is how to write it. Sender information. Start by writing your personal contact information at the top of the letter. For example, Sophia Mitchell, 425 Oakwood Drive, Denver, CO 80203, 30355 57261. sophia.mitchell@email.com. This section identifies the individual granting consent and provides contact information if questions arise regarding the authorization. Accurate contact details help organizations verify the identity of the person providing consent and facilitate future communication if clarification is needed. Date. After your contact information, write the date. For example, June 21st, 2026. The date establishes when the authorization was granted and helps create a clear record of the consent period. Many organizations rely on dates to determine whether a consent authorization is still valid and applicable. Recipient information. Next, write the information of the organization or individual receiving the consent letter. For example, Jennifer Adams. Records Administrator, Northwest University, 1250 College Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 98101. This section identifies the party authorized to act on the consent request. Properly identifying the recipient helps ensure that the authorization is directed to the correct organization or department. Subject line. Now write a clear subject line. For example, subject, consent for data sharing. The subject immediately informs the reader of the purpose of the letter. A clear subject line helps administrative staff process the authorization efficiently and file it under the appropriate records. Salutation. Address the recipient professionally. For example, Dear Ms. Adams. This creates a professional and respectful tone from the beginning of the letter. Using the correct recipient name and title demonstrates professionalism and attention to detail. Consent authorization paragraph. Now begin the letter by clearly granting consent. For example, I, Sophia Mitchell, hereby provide my voluntary consent for Northwest Medical Services to share certain personal information and records relating to me with Evergreen Health Research Institute. This paragraph serves as the legal foundation of the authorization. The organizations involved should be clearly identified so there is no uncertainty regarding who may share information and who may receive it. Purpose of data sharing paragraph. Next, explain why the information is being shared. For example, the purpose of this data sharing is to support participation in a medical research study and facilitate the evaluation process required for enrollment. This paragraph explains the legitimate reason for the disclosure. Clearly stating the purpose helps limit the use of the information to the intended activity and provides transparency regarding how the data will be used. Information to be shared section. Now identify the categories of information that may be disclosed. For example, I understand that the information to be shared may include, but is not limited to, the following: medical records, treatment history, diagnostic test results, patient registration information. This section specifies exactly what information may be released. Clearly identifying the categories of records helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures that only relevant information is disclosed. Authorization limitation paragraph. Next, explain the limits of the authorization. For example, I authorize the disclosure of only the information necessary to fulfill the purpose stated above. I understand that the information will be handled in accordance with applicable privacy policies, confidentiality requirements, and relevant laws and regulations. This paragraph helps protect personal information by limiting disclosure to what is reasonably necessary. Including these limitations demonstrates that the authorization is specific rather than unrestricted. Consent validity paragraph. Now explain how long the authorization will remain in effect. For example, this consent shall remain valid from June 21st, 2026 until December 31st, 2026, unless revoked earlier by me in writing, where permitted by law and applicable policies. This section establishes the duration of the consent. Defining a validity period helps organizations determine when the authorization begins and when it expires. Acknowledgement paragraph. Next, confirm that the consent is being provided knowingly and voluntarily. For example, I acknowledge that I have read and understood the purpose and scope of this authorization. I am providing this consent voluntarily and understand the implications of sharing the information described in this letter. This paragraph demonstrates informed consent. Organizations often require confirmation that the individual understands the authorization before information is released. Contact information paragraph. Now provide an opportunity for further communication. For example, should additional information or clarification be required regarding this authorization, please feel free to contact me using the information provided above. This paragraph allows organizations to obtain clarification if questions arise regarding the consent. Keeping communication channels open can help avoid delays in processing requests. Thank you paragraph. Next, express appreciation. For example, thank you for your attention to this matter. This brief paragraph provides a professional and courteous conclusion. Maintaining a respectful tone throughout the letter supports effective communication with the receiving organization. Sincerely. Now close the letter properly. For example, sincerely, Sophia Mitchell. This serves as your formal closing and signature identification. A proper closing confirms who is granting the authorization and concludes the document professionally. Signature and identification information. Finally, include any signature and identification details if applicable. For example, signature. Student ID STU-458721. This section provides additional verification of identity and authorization. Including identification numbers can help organizations match the consent letter to the correct records and process the request more efficiently. Before submitting your consent letter for data sharing, carefully review the organizations involved, the purpose of the disclosure, the information being authorized for release, and the validity period of the consent. Make sure the authorization is specific, accurate, and limited to what is necessary for the intended purpose. A well-written consent letter helps protect your privacy while allowing organizations to share information appropriately and efficiently. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Writing Practices for more step-by-step writing guides. See you in the next video.